don't even have the channel on yet. Am I live? Am I live? Turn the Jenny button on. There's Fanny. I don't have the chat pulled out. I just slapped it together and hit live. Thanks, Fanny. Phone is literally... I was listening to Jerry on the phone. Now I have it squealing in my ear. Alright, quiet. Oh, I need to do this then. No speakers. Was it ready? Turn me some. Stay down, cat. Quiet. Hello, everybody. I was not going to go live until Jerry said, "Hey, everyone, go to Trent's channel," which I wasn't live. I don't even know what's my speakers going on through. Okay, everything should be good.
Matthew Cratter, I think he's top tier, man, when it comes to knowing whatever thing, and then people come to us for some.
I suppose I should pull the chat up, huh, boys? Let's see here. How do I get the thing to pop up? Repertorian. Meow. Okay, Jen. That's funny. Dude, I know for a fact I pop this thing out every time, but now I can't pull the chat up. What is happening? Pop-up chat. There it is. I won. We can't split half the screen, guys. That'll work. Pause. Popping it. You don't like pausing?
For some news or whatever, our thoughts. Well, this guy, I think he used to, I want to say he worked with Peter Thiel. I think he said.
I wish I could
or
make
one of
this
those people, one of those big
stay
high people
on my screen.
He knows the game, and he broke down MSTR like no other. And basically, the MNAV that
Big
strategy he's using is BS.
Heifer. Yeah,
Wow,
he is.
that's huge.
He went in, man. I kind of want to.
We are not doing the whole listening to it and editing thing today.
So
we are
don't
cutting
really
this up as fast as we can.
with. I mean,
we are going
there's
to
some things here
Backpack
and there, but
channel
majority of
in
the stuff he
40
talks
minutes.
about, I think we're all pretty much on the same boat. You know,
Informationally, I'm good with Crowder. I just
I know.
videos, bro.
I know. Yeah, we're gonna speed it up. We're gonna speed it.
Yeah, it's its own economy.
Yeah, it's its own economy. You know what I'm saying? And when you want to know something about it, I like to listen to people that are obsessed with the subject and study it and are very smart. And that's Matthew Cratter. Matthew Cratter knows his S. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? We're gonna go ahead and watch that, guys. We'll stop it when some more comments come in. But I want to check this out together. I think it's going to be a very interesting video. So without further ado, let's check out the great Matthew Cratter on how MSTR can go to zero.
This is Matthew Cratter's Bitcoin University. Today I want to talk about how MSTR can go to zero. And first, a disclaimer, I've never owned MSTR, Stretch, or any other strategy securities, and I never will. So let's start with something that's boring, but it is important, so just stick with me for a moment. This is how capital structure works for a company. Some folks are senior, some assets are sold for cash, and then the proceeds flow down the capital structure from top to bottom. So starting with senior secured debt and then senior unsecured debt down to junior debt, down to the various classes of preferred stock like stretch and stride and strife and strike and stray or whatever it's called. And then
Gary,
ending
I
up
don't
at
know
the
why
very,
you're
very
making me
bottom, those
watch
who have the
this
last
video
claim on
twice.
assets in the liquidation after everyone else would be the common stock, which in this case is MSTR. So if Bitcoin crashed and strategy had to be divided up and fed to the Wall Street vultures, people at the top of that list would get paid first, and those at the bottom would get paid only if there was enough soup, in other words, enough assets to go around. Even among the preferred stocks, there's a separate waterfall. So if you own one of these preferreds, like Stretch, for example, you might want to research where you stand. You could ask ChatGPT or Grok who gets paid before you, what exactly the waterfall looks like in the preferred stocks. Because if you go and read the fine print, it can get quite complicated. So I haven't done that because basically I don't even care about these preferreds. But I think people should be aware of the risks. A lot of retail investors who own MSTR Stretch don't seem to understand these details. They don't realize that there are people ahead of them in the capital structure. If you hold MSTR and think that your position is somehow backed by that $62 billion worth of Bitcoin, that strategy holds, you are definitely wrong about this, because you as a common shareholder get paid after everyone else in that waterfall. So I want to put together some back of the envelope math, and this is all taken from Strategy's own website. And I used the value of the Bitcoin reserves on Friday when it closed. I used the total assumed diluted shares outstanding. So this looks at.
Now, keep in mind, Matthew Cratter, this is his business. He used to do this kind of stuff. And again, he's using their own numbers. All right, so keep that in mind.
I don't know where I'm going to cut this up. We only watched one video.
To the common and takes into account dilution, 381 million shares. So I built a little spreadsheet here.
Oh shoot! I don't have the Jenny button on.
They have Strategy has 843,788 Bitcoin. I'm using the most recent price of Bitcoin, so just right around where it was trading yesterday when the market closed, and where it's still trading today, 73,520. So that values. I just multiplied those two things together to get about $62 billion worth of assets on Strategy's balance sheet. And then you have the convertible debt holders. They come first. They come ahead of the preferred stockholders. So that's about fair value, or really the liquidation value. I wouldn't say the fair value, but the liquidation value about $104 per share. Currently, or on Friday, MSTR closed at about $159 per share. Obviously, there's a premium.
Oh, don't look at that. That's my code.
Not a dead concern. This is an ongoing concern. In other words, this is a business that's not even close to being liquidated. But this is sort of the premium you get, and this premium collapses when people think that it's just going to be vultures dividing up the strategy body and dividing up these $62 billion worth. So what we can do is we can play around with this and see if at what point MicroStrategy might get into some sort of stress. So what happens if Bitcoin goes down to $60,000 per coin? Then the fair value or the liquidation value per share of MSTR would be $74.50. What happens if we go down to 30,000? You can see because these preferred shares essentially count as leverage on the balance sheet, where they help to lever up the common. If we go down to 30,000, we can see how quickly things start to liquidate. We're down to $8 per share, and then the magic number, I already tried this before, is about $26,290. $26,290 per Bitcoin. At that point, you're basically at zero or slightly negative.
Oh my God, it still keeps going. I have 5,392 lines of code.
$1,000 per coin is about 22 billion. And once you pay off all the preferred shareholders, as well as the convertible debt holders, and make them whole, there's nothing left over for MicroStrategy. So what this should make quite clear to everyone is that MSTR can go to zero long before Bitcoin goes to zero. Here's Bitcoin still at $26,000 per coin, and MSTR has completely been zeroed out.
Is that a cutoff point?
I think it's also important to note, as I said, at the back of the envelope math that I've just done in that spreadsheet.
Okay. Okay, let's stop right there. That is very interesting. Now, what are the chances we're going to go down to just over 26,000? Probably very low. That's the first time I've ever had anybody seen it like that broken down. What are you guys' thoughts on that part right there?
It's your sound math. Your phone died. Really good at that part. It's just not how markets work, though. Like, he'll borrow more money, buy more Bitcoin. He'll leverage more of the MSTR. He'll split the stock. He could just be a hype man and overinflate the MSTR price. It doesn't have no code I'm talking about. It's worth whatever they say it's worth, or whatever people buy it at. Just because it's not, the math doesn't add up to the 26,290. Doesn't matter. It could be over worth. A lot of factors not factored in, but yeah, his math's sound.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think there is a lot of moving parts here. I don't think he'll ever let it get to that point. I mean, if ever gets to that point where it's like, where he's having to start put fires out, then yeah, he'll go to splits, or he'll figure out some ways to gain more capital or something like that, because he's really good at that. And I think more than what we know, he's built those channels up with people or institutions or wherever he's able to get that from. He's building those relationships up. And I don't think he's open in public with those. Obviously, I think he keeps those close to his chest. But
right here,
my issue is this. Okay, my issue is that I get the math. It's crazy. So what's the number? 26.2, basically 26.2. That's the O.
Guys, am I even on the right channel? I didn't even look. I just started clicking.
Oh shit moment, right? For me, it's just I just don't understand. I mean, just own the underlying asset. Like, I don't understand what the whole like the strife and the strike and the stretch and the this and the that and the this. It sounds like a rap song. You know what I mean?
I own MSTR because it's the only thing I can do in my IRA. I know. I'm gonna look into the Fidelity.
Okay, so that makes sense though.
Actual Bitcoin.
Yeah, for you to own every other part of it and everything. I just don't understand it.
Could you have done IBIT or?
I did IBIT. Oh, I do freeze here. Did we lose Jerry?
No, I'm here.
Oh, you froze on my screen.
No, I wasn't froze. On my.
It was me. Let me fix that. Did IBIT? I literally kicked my USB hub. That's why it froze. There.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you froze on my screen.
No, I wasn't froze. On my end, you froze.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I picked something, honestly.
Okay, say that again. Sorry.
Basically, I went with MSTR because I wanted more leverage on the Bitcoin. It's like a 2 to 3x leverage versus IBIT.
Okay. Sorry, Anthony. Go ahead. Continue.
No. I just like I've looked into this stuff in general, and it's just you guys. I think you already know. I've already said it before. It's just not for me, but I just think it's just too many moving parts, and I think from a mental space for me, I just like to keep it just simple cruise control, buying every hour on the hour type stuff. But that's because I don't have like 401k. I don't have all that stuff. I don't have any of that. I don't do all that. Everything just goes directly in. Everything is like I'm literally like everything I have.
And if I could take it and just take the cash, I would.
Yeah.
What's funny about that is Paul the GOAT. He was in a similar situation, I believe, as you, Trent. But he cashed his out. He paid the penalties. He cashed it out, and he paid some heavy penalties and taxes.
And I might do that if I ever, leave. I almost said the word. I almost said my job word. But if I leave my job, I might do that if I head overseas or something.
Yeah. And now, of course, when I say this, obviously price is relative, but he sold when it was about $8,000 Bitcoin.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now again, we're looking at 73,000. Like, wow, $8,000 to 73,000. Yeah, that's relatively small, but if we sold now, let's say, because I have a retirement portfolio too. I can cash it out when I'm 59 and a half. I decided not to do that because I'm a little older and I'm closer to it. He was in his 40s or 30s or 40s when he did it.
I could do it.
Young as well,
Don't tempt me, Blackpacker.
So he just said he just took the fees,
good time.
Took the penalties, and did his thing. And now, again, up front it hurt, but now
only
in the back
10% plus taxes. What would that guy be? What would that
if there's
be,
one
boys?
thing I've learned about Matthew Cratter is that he's always worried about something. Lately, yes, that's very true. Spaceman.
I'd agree.
Hey, Backpacker and Trent, how y'all managed to get it? How y'all managed to get YouTuber Sal? How y'all managed to get YouTuber Sal on as a guest host?
Backpacker, I'm a little light on cash to do that. That's more than I make.
Let me tell you who he's talking about. Let me show you who he's talking about. He's talking about a guy. Let's see.
All right, are we going on like?
He's talking about this
topics.
He's talking about this guy right here, Sal. Sal. Come on. He's talking about guys. You get YouTuber Sal. It's very true. I've learned about Matthew Cratter is that he's always worried about something.
There we go. Right there. God damn it. Stop that. This one? Nope. This one? Nope. One of these. That's not that one. There
you go. Weight loss journey guy?
Well, I don't.
$26,000 per coin.
To me, I guess. I said, well, I don't think so, the troll, but thank you anyways. I appreciate it.
left.
The back of the envelope math that I've just done in that spreadsheet as it gets more distressed. So it's also important to understand and Stretch are unaware that strategy is currently divided by the total value of the Bitcoin holdings. True MNAV needs to be greater than 1.0 in order for Sailor to work his will magic. And right now it's well below that level. Based on closing prices yesterday, we're actually at about 0.9 rather than 1.0.
Where's the cat? Him being Praetorian, the cat is literally right here.
And sell more MSTR shares.
Right here.
Now, is this the question is this a bear market artifact, or is the market deciding that Bitcoin treasury companies are only slightly better than closed-end funds and thus deserve to trade at a permanent discount to MNAV? And if I were senior in the capital structure, if I owned one of these preferreds and I saw that the common shareholders, basically this is telling you the fact that this is below 1 is already telling you that the common is trading as if it would not be made whole in a liquidation.
We
have to decide, is this just a bear market compressing multiples, compressing MNAV, or is the market decided that these companies are only below here? We had it sort of spike below it during the previous bear market, and then we had some people were arguing ridiculous things like this MNAV should trade at 5 or 10 or something, but I don't think we're ever going to see these days again where the MNAV multiplier is in the 2s and the 3s or even the high 1s. And right now, as we said, it's below 1. So I would argue that even using this form of MNAV, market cap divided by value of the Bitcoin,
anyone even know what an MNAV is? Because I don't.
It assumes, it sneaks into an assumption, which is that common shareholders have a claim.
This is right here. Isn't this when Jerry calls me out on like spacing
because the debt holders and the preferred stockholders get paid ahead of the common stockholders in the liquidation? What is available to
right there, Trent?
Oh yeah.
Were you thinking
one of those shares?
We're gonna cut that out, boys.
Were you thinking?
It honestly was not even on topic. My mind was going. Wow, look at that. Every time I speak, the volume fucking peaks. I must yell too much.
Fair enough.
Good cap.
Never happened.
Sort of just by definition. So I think it makes more sense if you're looking at common shareholders to net out what the debt holders and the preferred stockholders.
MNAV doesn't matter.
But it gets even worse than that because Sailor's using an alternate
market cap doesn't matter. All that shit doesn't matter.
If we go to strategy.com, we can see here that he is saying that the MNAV is 1.25. And if we mouse over it, multiple of the Bitcoin reserve calculated by dividing enterprise value by the Bitcoin, the value of the Bitcoin holdings. So it's basically enterprise value divided by Bitcoin holdings. The way you calculate enterprise value, it's essentially the value of the enterprise. If I wanted to buy strategy, for example, what would it cost? And it's a way of looking at the value of an enterprise without having to worry about the capital structure. And the way it's calculated, basically, let's imagine I wanted to buy strategy. I would have to buy out all the shareholders. So that's basically the market cap. I'd have to take out all the common shareholders. So a more honest version, in my opinion, would be basically market cap. You have enterprise value in the numerator, and then in the denominator, would you rather see an MNAV of 1.25 or an MNAV of 0.0? This would raise a lot of red flags if people saw it, and not a lot of people are going to go here and actually look at how it's calculated. Most investors in Stretch and MSTR don't even know.
At least you get to leave AFK BRB. I have to sit here and listen to it.
Holdings It's a more useful metric since it immediately tells everyone that strategy needs to lean on debt and preferreds issuing these kind of securities instead to raise capital.
I don't know if this segment gets pushed. It is so boring.
Remember when Saylor used to brag about paying a 0% interest rate to buy Bitcoin? He had those convertible bonds, for example, where there was still equity dilution, but he could brag that he was basically buying Bitcoin.
I'm not boring. This video is boring.
Now he's paying an 11.5% interest rate to buy Bitcoin. That's basically the dividend of the.
I just like that at least you're consistent. You're mean in the future. You're mean in the present. You probably were mean in the past.
From $9 per share all the way up to $11.50 per share in order to try to keep Stretch trading close to par, $100 per share. And I will say in this video what I've said in previous videos. I've spent a long time in TradFi, almost 30 years, and I've never seen a product that traded at a high yield.
You get more attention than I do.
And tried to take out all the volatility that did not end up blowing up. That's not to say that Stretch is going to blow up, but these things always have problems.
Stop chewing on the wire.
This is sort of the holy grail, to pin something to where its value doesn't fluctuate and then to pay a very, very high yield on it. So I'm quite skeptical that this will continue. And you can see that the market has demanded that Saylor keep increasing the dividend from $9 all the way up to $11.50 in order to peg it at $100 per share. So at some point, this is how you lose the peg with the market wants to get paid even more to compensate for the risk they're taking over the risk-free rate. And to be very clear, Stretch, Saylor has said in various presentations I've seen that Stretch is somehow the digital risk-free rate. This is complete absolute nonsense. This should never be compared to a money market. This is much more
not
risky.
Very
so remember as well that Stretch is a perpetual preferred, so it really needs to be paid forever if Saylor wants to keep Stretch close to $100 per share. So this dividend of $11.50 can't really ever go away, because if Saylor ever cuts the dividend, Stretch will fall just like
I just full screen the whole chat. Why not? This is more interesting.
What will happen usually, the stock will sell off. It'll look like it's trading at a very high dividend yield. And then half of that or 3/4 of that dividend payment will go away. And all of a sudden you'll be back at 3%. And you'll realize that you're in a failing company that's cutting its dividend. So this is why Saylor can never cut this, especially if this is going to be his main financing vehicle. And this is also this idea that Stretch is a perpetual preferred. It has this dividend that needs to keep being paid. This is why financial analysts will often treat a security of preferred stock like Stretch as debt rather than equity. A preferred stock sounds like it should be equity, but in this case, it does function a lot more like debt, simply because it's never convertible into common shares, into MSTR.
Oh my God, dude.
That it's time to get, there's going to be another offering of stock. Again, it's accretive if it's above 1.0, but this is a natural. If you love your fellow human beings, you should onboard them into Bitcoin and self-custody. We don't. $1 billion worth of Bitcoin is Bitcoin Core these days.
Do we not talk?
And you should teach them how to verify. They're not sure any of the convertibles have. And it could be the North Korean government. It's more likely it's going to be the U.S. government, this natural resource that will be securities, pushing DeFi protocols built on
fucking Ethereum 15 minutes and no one talked.
Things like that. And in terms of all his metaphors, sometimes hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I publish my next video, and let me know your questions and comments in the comment section below.
How are we supposed to post this?
And I'll see you in the next video.
We should have played the ether music in the background.
Riding Bitcoin's coattails. This is all shitcoin.
And simply because
all this is getting fucking Bitcoin cut. This is so boring.
So dead in the water, in spite of the Bitcoin ETFs and.
What are we saying
here?
Of
just by definition. So I think it makes more sense if you're looking at common shareholders of Stretch of STRC. And he's had to raise his preferred dividend on Stretch about 7 times from investors in Stretch and MSTR doing these kind of securities instead. For example, where there's still equity dilution, but he could brag that he was basically buying Bitcoin at a 0% financing rate. Now he's paying an 11.5 30 years, and I've never seen a product that traded share in order to try to keep Stretch trading close to par. It's preferred dividend on Stretch about 7 times, paying an 11.5% interest rate to buy.
Oh, we're almost there.
It's back above 1.0. Remember when Saylor used to brag about paying a 0% interest rate to buy Bitcoin? He had those convertible bonds, for example, where there was still equity dilution, but he could brag that he was basically buying Bitcoin at a 0% financing rate. Now he's paying an 11.5% interest rate to buy Bitcoin. That's basically the dividend of Stretch of STRC. And he's had to raise this preferred dividend on Stretch about 7 times. From $9 per share all the way up to $11.50 per share in order to try to keep Stretch trading close to $100 per share. Promoting DeFi protocols, we don't bloat. It's us shelling out $800 for a new node. They make
sure, yes.
All these metaphors, sometimes instead pontificate about him to then recommend actually participate, grow some balls, start participating in consensus discussions like BIP 110. And Saylor needs to realize that blowing open op return and refusing to fix the
don't worry, we're keeping that.
Are highly iatrogenic.
Packer's shitcoin rants at the end, if I remember.
Doctor to get something fixed.
I'm talking about the video, dude. The video is god awful boring.
The medical practice. That is Bitcoin.
I just might take a segment,
and one of the reasons for making this
we
video,
know what the topic is, and then we're going to go into the rants. Is what I think my gut says.
In the early days, but now he's just completely gone off the deep end, pushing securities, pushing DeFi protocols built on Ethereum, and just unspeakable things like that. And in terms of all his metaphors, sometimes they're useful, sometimes
I think we want to keep the metaphors
built on Ethereum, and just unspeakable things like that.
Right there, we're gonna stop. That's garbage.
And in terms of divide by the total US dollar value, we had it sort of
MNAV, which is blah, blah, blah. Put that there.
True MNAV should be calculated more like market cap divided by Bitcoin holdings minus everyone else who gets paid first, minus total debt, minus total preferred stock, because that really is what is available to the common shareholders. And that's how you calculate market cap. It's just the number of common shares outstanding times the price of one of those shares. And in terms of all his metaphors, sometimes they're useful, sometimes they're not, but it's very important.
I trying to like get a.
Hey, Jor, yes. We should have played the ether music in the background.
Sup, Jor?
Hey, Jor, yes. Wow.
Holy shit.
Backpacker, what are your thoughts on that, my friend?
I love it. I think it's phenomenal. I love Credit, bro. I agree. You know me. You know my take on this. I think strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other, word alphabet thing he uses is all fucking bullshit and built on a house of cards. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's all fiat, dude. Like it's like literally it's like TradFi trying to like get a stake in the game and riding Bitcoin's coattails. Like I do understand the concepts. Like I get the concepts, but
well, what? Oops, sorry guys, I clicked it.
So, but respectfully so. And yeah, I just I've always been skeptical of it, and I'm not a fan of all this DeFi, and that's all shitcoin, dude. This is all shitcoin. And if anybody can prove otherwise, like if somebody can convince me this isn't shitcoining, let me know, because where were the books?
I almost want to take the whole video out, honestly.
Right? And then where's he holding it?
So
he's holding it on Coinbase? I mean, am I right? Is he holding it somewhere else?
It's on Coinbase, supposedly.
Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, he's just one step above like doing his taxes on TurboTax.
That's so rude.
Right? Or
I do taxes on freetaxes.com and it works fine.
Or like, how Sam Bankman-Fried did his thing and how he was, running this $1 billion operation on, some freaking Mickey Mouse structure. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't fuck with it.
Okay.
I'm supposed to put that on YouTube, Packer? Huh? Packer, how am I supposed to put that on YouTube? Okay, so we already put it on record. I only own it because I don't know what the hell else to put it in. I could do iBit, but they're just as crooked. They cook the books just as much. They keep their shit on Coinbase too. And it's $9,000. I don't give a shit if it goes to zero. So it's not even that much money. My portfolio. It's 100% Bitcoin. Every hour, $2.10. Straight to strike. Once I hit my UTXO to the cold storage. So it's not like it's not anything that affects me. Yeah, I don't like that. It's probably suppressing the. Yeah. Probably suppressing the price, I'll put some shorts up. Honestly, that could be it could be BlackRock, it could be them, it could be a combination. I will do just the backpacker short. Sucks, but actually, right now I'll segment it.
It somewhere else, like digital, and that, and this number, Sailor in the space. What's right in front of you? That concept. But I always come back to the same thing. Why would you not own the underlying asset? Why would you not own the base layer? Why
if you want to be notified when I.
Hello, fella.
This is all fucking bullshit. And I think strategy and
right here.
I think strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other, word alphabet thing he uses all fucking bullshit and built on a house of cards. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's all fiat, dude. Like it's like literally it's like TradFi trying to like get a stake in the game and utilizing riding Bitcoin's coattails. Like I do understand the concepts. Like I get the concepts, but I always come back to the same thing. Why would you not own the underlying asset?
Think right there.
Why would you not own the base layer? Why would you not?
Dang it, Anthony. Control Z.
Not own the money. Why would you not?
Right there.
Why would you? I mean, I feel like when you do that, you're like you're pussyfooting and you're like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like, are you going to go to the TradFi system? Then just go. Like, why are you trying to fence ride and play both? And not to mention the fact that, yeah, I agree. There's got to be some stuff going on in the background. And he's right. He killed him when he said, like, what's up with the price, dude? Like, that's wild. Like, it is wild. And we always question it. I know we're not here for number go up. I know this. But you cannot avoid what's right in front of you. That you do see it. You see it every week. Good. People may not look every day. Some people do not look at the price. And that's fine. But I already know what the price is because I buy every hour on the hour. Because you guys know that's the only way. But every time my hourly buy comes in and I see I have many sats, I already know what the price is based off of looking at the sats, the Satoshis. So I agree. I think Michael Saylor in the space, I won't say that he's inherently bad for the space. I think he's done a lot of great things and still continues to do a lot of great things. But I am not in the camp about all these dividend things and this and that and this number and MNAV. I feel like it's all just a distraction. Just buy, shut up and just buy some more. And then that's it. I will, however, agree. And I will admit to this one myself. I did catch myself calling Bitcoin like digital property and all these things. And I will admit that I do need to bring it back. I do need to like take a step back and say, you know what? No, this is money.
Like
this is money. And so I will admit that one. And so, but respectfully so. And yeah, I just I've always been skeptical of it, and I'm not a fan of all this DeFi, and that's all shitcoin, dude. This is all shitcoin. And if anybody can prove otherwise, like if somebody can convince me this isn't shitcoining, let me know. Because where were the books? Are the books being cooked? Right? And then where's he holding it? So he's holding it on Coinbase? I mean, am I right? Is he holding it somewhere else?
It's on Coinbase, supposedly.
Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, he's just one step above like holding, like doing his taxes on TurboTax. Right? Or like, how Sam Bankman-Fried did his thing and how he was, running this $1 billion operation on, some freaking Mickey Mouse structure. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't fuck with it.
Okay, it's definitely the better way to watch that video. I did delete 99% of it.
How you really feel, Trent?
All right, I have nothing in there. UTXO. Nation of all three. It sucks, but
I have 4 companies. I own 4 companies in there. I don't contribute to it anymore. I don't put anything else in it.
Neither do I.
I do have strategy, a big portion of it. Second, I have Tesla. Third, I have GameStop. And fourth, I have Jack Mahler's company. So, full disclosure. Now, also, another side of the ledger, like Spaceman said, what's up, Joe and Lauren, by the way? Good to see you guys. There's one thing I've learned about Matthew Crider is he's always worried about something. He is worried about something, but I think he has a reason to worry because as a man who is, I think he's about 10 years older than me. He's in his 50s and a guy in his 60s now. And I'm a guy that's in my early 50s. All my life savings are in Bitcoin. Like, it's just in Bitcoin.
Then you see there, Lauren.
If you worked all your life, and Matthew Crider, older than me, it's not just about your savings, but it's also about
don't follow what I do. I just listen to it, and then I hit
changing
click.
the system and using a man that has so much money and so much power, buying that much Bitcoin, and then diverting people over to more of a fiat system based on the Bitcoin.
Speaking
of that, Stack and
Richie,
Fidelity, way to go if it does not have to be instantly. Yes, sir.
All right.
Good to see you, Stack and Richie.
We need to
George
stop
Spaceman, the true. Hello. You know, I think he's not worried about the number go up. He's worried about the system, us beating the system. That's why he's so, involved with the BIP 110 and the core versus knots. And at the base layer, he may lose, viewerships and stuff like that because people are like tired of him complaining. But I think he's the guy that's like, hey, guys, I'm the only one saying this stuff. Like, again, people touch on it, but he's fighting for it because until the battle is won, he's just going to keep fighting. We are not necessarily the intended customers for MSTR. It's just a different form of exposure. Yes, it is. I agree, Spaceman. I agree. Good evening, Jerry, Trent, and BTC Backpacker and all. Yes. Stacking, how are you? Good to see you guys. And so he's fighting the good fight. So I'm with him. Do I call him a worry wart sometimes? Yeah, he worries a little bit too much. But
that's enough. That is already too long.
To say Sailor. At the end of the day, Sailor did great for Bitcoin. I think he's doing a great job, but now he has pivoted. He has changed. And this just shows you that there is no quote-unquote spokesman for Bitcoin. Like if you had to name somebody 6 months ago, we probably would have said Sailor.
Annie, was it 6 o'clock in the morning?
We don't have a face for Bitcoin because nobody owns it. But if you had to put one face on it, it'd probably be him or Jack Mallers or whatever. Hey, Lauren. I'm doing well. How are you, sir? So, again, it's tough to see.
All right. Can I do something in here? Audio. Enhance voice. Can't do it longer than 15 minutes. Okay. So let's.
But long term is hurting our adoption
of getting to buy Bitcoin, and you show absolutely. Hey, you got to remember the position this guy has put himself in.
You don't have proof of reserve.
People don't buy until.
My brain just went blank.
Start with you. Do you guys? That's 100%. When he talked about
right there. Like. See if we can fix that audio just a bit. No, not enhance quality. Wrong button. Enhance voice. And reduce noise. Isolate voice. See how that sounds.
At the end of the day, Sailor did great for Bitcoin. I think he's doing a great job, but now he has pivoted. He has changed. And this just shows you that there is no quote-unquote spokesman for Bitcoin. Like if you had to name somebody 6 months ago, we probably would have said Sailor for the face of Bitcoin, even though, again, we don't have a face for Bitcoin because nobody owns it. But if you had to put one face on it, it'd probably be him or Jack Mallers or whatever. Hey, Lauren.
Why would I smell like popcorn?
I'm doing well. How are you,
Flipper? Sir? Do I look like I smell like popcorn?
Again, it's
tough I like popcorn
to see this, but I think we're going to start. Again, we have our own political system here in Bitcoin, and again, a lot of Bitcoiners, when you look at their,
the respect, Lauren, I should really get it is dealing with this little asshole,
and they're talking about Michael Saylor
while trying to do that.
What this thing is, and it's Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is money. And so, again, I love Michael Saylor and what he's done for us. But at the end of the day, is he a Trojan horse?
Because I'm in a cornfield. That would make sense why it would smell like popcorn. It was very hot. Dude, Lauren, all he does is chew on my cords as I'm trying to work.
Is he a Trojan horse? And I'm not talking about in a good way. I'm not talking about the Trojan horse that gets inside the system and breaks the system. Is he the system, the outside system trying to get into Bitcoin breaking it? I don't know. Does he have cool intentions? I don't think so. I'd like to say he's working with Trump and all them boys, but again, he might have gone too far with this. And now he's stuck with doing what Matt. So again, it's tough to see this, but I think we're going to start. Again, we have our own political system here in Bitcoin, and again, a lot of Bitcoiners, when you look at their thumbnails, they're talking about strategy, and they're talking about Stretch, and they're talking about Michael Saylor, and we're getting away from what this thing is, and it's Bitcoin.
Actually, I've been working by the lake. I haven't even been by a cornfield in a while.
And Bitcoin is money. And so again, I love Michael Saylor and what he's done for us, but at the end of the day, is he? I don't know. Does he have cool intentions? No. Because in order for it to pump up,
you gotta go.
He has to do what he has to do. Go. But here's the thing, though, man. That's what's crazy to me. I want to touch on this. When he talked about, basically he said paper Bitcoin. He didn't say paper Bitcoin. He didn't say those words, but
only way to.
Okay, you're closer to the money printer. Whether we, that term stands true for Saylor.
Until we pull it off and put it in cold storage.
Why you keep very small amounts.
Exactly.
I cap mine at less than 1,000.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely. You got to remember the position this guy has put himself in, whether that was meant to be, or whether he meant to do that or not. There comes a point, even with Jack Mallers, okay, all these figureheads, even everybody.
When you
get
Jack's
to the position
best.
or the prestige you're in, there becomes a time to where you have to do some conforming, okay, because you're up there, you're close. Okay, you're closer to the money printer, whether we, that term stands true for Saylor. Okay, he's commingling with some pretty big players. And look what's happening. Stupid people doing stupid things. Now listen, I'm not going to take away.
But again, all money ain't good money, right? And the way he's going about it, based on what Matthew Cratter said and some other things that I've read, again, I'm not a fan of the products. Stretch is obviously for not people like aka circa a la Elon Musk a few years ago when he talked bad about Bitcoin and talked good about Doge, and Doge went up and Bitcoin went down. I don't want any human being.
I do think that with Cratter in particular coming out with this video, I thought it was very well done. He touched on a lot of good points, and he backed it up. You see his presentations, knows how he does his slides. I do think that Cratter is slowly becoming, like Spaceman said earlier, he's always, questioning everything and everything's always doomsday. But what do they say about conspiracy theorists? Right? Who's not to say that Cratter is the person in the space who's just saying the quiet part out loud that nobody else wants to say?
Money tied to that? Don't blame them.
Right. Jenny Legendary, how are you, man? Good to see you. Yo, is this the right place to find Troll Boy?
I mean, I don't think it's far-fetched to think that.
And there just happened to be money tied to that. Don't blame them.
Right. Jenny, as an arsonist, they will start a fire in the back of your house, come around the front with a firefighter suit on and say, here, I'm here to help you to put out the fire.
And their buddy will sell the hydrant.
Thank you. My buddy down the street told me hook it up. Again, man, these people make me sick and they're evil, if you will. we have to maintain our footing in the boat, but at the same time, we have to handle the FUD. When again, people are so uninformed. People telling his employees not to buy Bitcoin while his bank was setting up their own, the rocky boat, if you will.
About or what's screwed up and corrupt, but what are we doing about it? So it's so Bitcoin is just one aspect, one part, one whole. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yes. And the major thing, like you said, all this stuff is fiat at the end of the day.
Yeah.
With the,
thanks for daring.
The stretches and the this and the that and all this other stuff.
I'm almost done anyway.
We need to use fiat to get out of the system, right? Let it eat itself. Educate people on what the problem is. That's why I always show the debt clock at the end of my shows. That's why I talk to people about inflation and what it is, what the money printer is, things like that. Because in order for people to understand what Bitcoin is, they have to understand that there is a problem that we're going against them. If you look at those comments. And again, I get it. You know what I mean? It depends, but BTC Backpacker will definitely do a live tomorrow. Later on this week. And again, I get it. You know what I mean? So watch that video on your own. Check out the comments and let us know what you guys think. All right.
Right there. Delete right. Put that right there. Put that right there. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is export segment 1 episode 8 export. Where's the music? I get flagged every time I put music on. You guys always want to get me in trouble. Screw it. Let's do it. We'll do non-copyrighted music today.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
Episode.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways.
Troublemaker. Yeah. So, side note, Scotty's music is not copyrighted. He just gives us permission to use it. So, if Scotty decided one day, hey, you can't use my music, he could absolutely copyright strike you.
Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played.
Come on! What is taking so long? I need a new computer, boys. I'm taking donations on my Strike app. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Now we take that. 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 Export. Segment. Oh, episode 8. No, Lauren, I actually got the old one working. There were some settings in my motherboard that needed to be addressed. I did that, and then I reinstalled Windows 11 onto it, so I started fresh, but all the equipment is still the same. Alright, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. And then we're at the last one. Oh! You guys are gonna have to forgive me. The fourth segment is definitely not got an outro, so plague me in the comments.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town.
Why don't you guys make me put music on earlier? It's so much more fun.
I've been all around the globe trying to protect your
5, I think we're on?
We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
I know, no one stalks me on the other days.
Jenny Legendary, how are you, man? Good to see you.
Feel like a dynamite, ready to explore right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear.
Alright, and I need to do... What did I even do? Alright, this is the one I cut up a lot. It was in segment 2. Segment 2 is the one I want to keep. I'm sorry. I'll read the comments. Let's see what we got here. I'm getting harassed. Check my Primal. I can't, Fanny. My Primal's on my old phone, and I haven't set it up on my new phone yet. So whatever you've sent to Primal, I cannot see it yet. I'm assuming you sent me sats. I say thank you. I appreciate you, and don't send me no more sats. Alright, check my Primal. I love stalking you. Wait, new computer. Thought you just did that. I didn't. I explained that to Lauren. Just a little appreciation. I also appreciate you. Zap from Fanny. I'm hoping it's not from the kids. I stalk exactly when I will remind you love the music. I do love the music. Why I have a music channel that you guys don't watch. Read the comments. I'm gonna rear neck and choke your ass. I'm sorry. I will fix it today. Tomorrow. It's in the truck, or otherwise I just go grab it. From all of you? Okay, I appreciate it. You guys are supposed to be doing a show. What are you guys doing here still? Okay. What was the last song I did, Fanny? I released it 2 days ago. What was the last song? Actually, it was yesterday. I released it yesterday. I'll wait. I'll wait. That's what I thought. You guys, I need to figure out how to do this chat thing better. 50k spin? It's literally just you, Fanny, and an AFK Praetorian. You have a 1 in 3 shot. Well, Fanny, Packer family.
I think strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other, word alphabet thing he uses all fucking bullshit and built on a house of cards. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's all fiat, dude. Like it's like literally it's like TradFi trying to like get a stake in the game and utilizing riding Bitcoin's coattails. Like I do understand the concepts. Like I get the concept.
Come on! Oh damn it, I fucking put the chat down again. Honestly, I want to know how much shit's in my primal because I'm pretty sure I've won.
I think strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other word alphabet thing he uses all.
Flippable. So we're gonna do a little thing where I'm gonna cheat. We're gonna cheat here. Don't look at these. These are private. In my way. God damn it.
I think strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other, word alphabet thing he uses all fucking bullshit and built on a house of cards. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's all fiat, dude. Like it's like literally it's like TradFi trying to like get a stake in the game and utilizing riding Bitcoin's coattails. Like
where is it open?
I do understand the concepts. Like I get the concepts, but I always come back to the same thing. Why would you not own the underlying asset?
I don't know
why
where it is.
Why would you not own the base layer? Why would you not own the money? Why would you not?
Oh, it's here.
Why would you?
The TikTok version. The TikTok version popped up. Okay. Upload. Okay, I've been able to do this before. This should. Yeah, there it goes. Stupid thing. Hey, Lauren, since you're sitting in the chat, did that app upload break anything, or did everything go okay? I'd rather work on that anyway. Edit. This is the updated version. Now sign out. Yeah, it is. See, it works. Ah! I doxed myself. Oh, it's because I'm uploading. Sorry guys, if I'm lagging, it's because I'm uploading that stupid file. How's the Backpacker show going?
Go keep buying Bitcoin. On the hour, every hour. I'm eating. Sorry. On the hour, every hour.
Yeah, it's the upload that's doing it, Lauren. It'll be done in a minute.
So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine.
Just a quick kind regard to Packer fan friend. What's up, Tori? Tori, what's your message? All juicy, bro. All good. We are all good.
So you better start running.
I know. I just saw you run onto screen. I have your live stream pulled up. I'm trying not to watch it. The real question is, Fanny, have you seen the app yet? Have you tried it out?
I'm coming for the throne.
Dude, I have 1,000 things going on, Lauren. You're not wrong. I do 3 channels. I code on the side, and I work full time. Ice runs in my veins. Won't play safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Okay, it's done. You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. Okay, Lauren, I should be good. I should stop lagging now. Did that app work for you? Because it's live now. Like the update I warned you about last night. I pushed it when I got home. ADHD, it's the superpower. Dude, I've worked on that app for 3 days now. It started off as 125, a few hundred lines of code for the version Lauren was using yesterday. It's at 5,300 today. happy cat that likes to chew the cords. Side note, Hodler's sunglasses, they're bomb. They're awesome. She thinks she's a movie star or something?
Father, husband, superstar, dad.
It's because it's my wallet. My wallet's in my pocket. Just sagging me down. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Heavy with stats. Stats all day, every day. Dude, this is taking forever. I've done whole videos longer, and it's taken like 5 minutes.
So, Toddler's eye is really messed up. It's bruised all around it. The eyeball's scratched. So even the lights that he has for his camera, like for her eyes. So Vanna White is pushing through it because she's gangster.
Yeah, she's strong.
Are we gangster? How gangster?
The show must go on.
That's so funny, dude.
Dad, I don't want to hear your excuses, Dad. I got a jacked up eye.
She's got
She's got a deal in there. Yeah, she does. Look at that. Wow, I remember I used to have one.
I see that. See, you got me. I'm trying not to give you guys echo, so I just like peek on a little bit sometimes. Honestly, I wonder if I could just put subtitles on. Oh, no subtitles! That makes sense. Definitely gangster. I have never heard of said movie, but I definitely could do that. I mean, that's why I don't want to echo. Dude, this thing has been sitting at 99 forever. Hurry up! We'll be back soon. I don't think there's anything that can get me in trouble on this page. XRP app? Okay, I know. Here's the real thing. We can do that. We can go in here. We'll add XRP. Just for Miss Flipper. And we can put in 100. I don't even know how much that is. Is that a lot? Now I'm an XRP clown. Look at that! Look at that chart! That chart is so solid! I mean... Oh, that's broke. We'll fix that later, boys. Look, we're not down at all. It's fine. Alright, now I'm gonna delete this before I forget. Are we done yet? Oh my! I have broke Opus. Dude, I don't even have any music on. Oh, I have music right here. Should we do one? Oh, I can't do it. It'll take the live stream down. Oh, we're in, boys. What? It says it's done. All right, let's see what Opus says is viral.
I think strategy.
Let's see here. Turn that music off for a second. See what they think is good.
Strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other, word alphabet thing he uses, all fucking bullshit and built on a house of cards. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's all fiat, dude. Like it's like literally it's like TradFi trying to like get a stake in the game and utilizing.
Yeah, we don't need this. I want to do split. No, we don't even need me in there, really. Can we do fit? No. Is it fill? Nope. We'll use Jerry.
I think strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other, word alphabet thing he uses, all alphabet thing he uses, all fucking bullshit and built on a house of cards. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's all fiat, dude. Like it's like literally it's like TradFi trying to like get a stake in the game and utilizing riding Bitcoin's coattails. Think strategy and stretch and strife and whatever other, word alphabet thing he uses, all fucking bullshit and built on a house of cards. And as far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's all fiat, dude. Like it's like literally it's like TradFi trying to like get a stake in the game and utilizing riding Bitcoin's coattails.
All right, see you, Lauren. Thanks for the time.
Bitcoin's coattails.
All right, hurry up.
I've always been skeptical of it, and I'm not a fan of all this DeFi, and that's all shitcoin, dude. This is all shitcoin. And if anybody can prove otherwise, like if somebody can convince me this isn't shitcoining, let me know. Because where were the books? Are the books being cooked? Right? And then where's he holding it? So he's holding it on Coinbase? I mean, am I right? Is he holding it somewhere else? Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, he's just one step above like doing his taxes on TurboTax.
That's so funny.
Right? Or like, how Sam Bankman-Fried did his thing and how he was, running this $1 billion operation on, some freaking Mickey Mouse structure. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't fuck with it. I just buy, shut up, and just buy some more, and then that's it. I will, however, agree, and I will admit to this one myself. I did catch myself calling Bitcoin like digital property and all these things. And I will admit that I do need to bring it back. I do need to like take a step back and say, you know what? No, this is money. Like, this is money. And so I will admit that one.
I don't give a shit if it goes to zero. So it's not even that much money. My portfolio, it's 100% Bitcoin. Once I hit my UTXO to the cold storage. So it's not like it's not anything that affects me. Yeah, I don't like that. It's probably suppressing the price, but honestly, that could be it could be BlackRock, could be them, it could be a combination of all three. It sucks, but we'll go through it. It's not going to hold it down forever.
And full disclosure, I do have MSTR.
Again, all right, these clips are good. I like these clips.
Retirement portfolio through Fidelity.
I will start posting those later.
59.5. I had to make a decision on what I'm gonna buy, and I have 4 companies. I own 4 companies in there. I don't contribute to it anymore. I don't put anything else in it.
Neither do I.
I do have strategy, a big portion of it. Second, I have Tesla. Third, I have GameStop. And
all right, I think I'm done for the night. I'm gonna go catch your guys' show. You guys don't have to watch me this whole time. I will see you in the live stream, and I will catch you guys on the next one. If I figure out how to turn this off, I never do.